Perfect. Hi everyone. Happy Friday. Sarah here, the brand manager in Carlsbad, and I'm here with our beautiful model Tasia. And today I'm going to be showing you how we use and a little bit more about the functionality of our brand new Bionexis Lite, which is our newest, most comprehensive sculpting system for the body as well as for the face. The system has cavitation, radio frequency. Come a little closer, Aubrey, you can show them right here that you do also have these radio frequency conducive rollers that basically what that's going to do is do the synergy of the roll motion to do lymphatic drainage and help combat cellulite at the same time that radio frequency is conducting. Along with that, you do also have customizable vacuum intensity. You can customize how long it holds for, how strong it is, and you can also customize the level of infrared light that you've got on the system itself. So if you can see, we've already got our Dazzle Skin Oil on Tasia's skin as we played a little bit with it before live just to make sure we had all the parameters set to what was safe for her. So our model here, if you can see, she's got a Fitzpatrick 1 level, which means she probably will get a little pain, and no need to worry about that. It's definitely super healthy. Actually, it's a really nice indication that there is super healthy circulation going on here. It's all about just keeping communication with your client going. I'm going to be asking her how comfortable the treatment feels. You definitely want them to feel some type of warmth, and I'm also going to show you a bit of tips on how to make sure you can stay as protected as you can during the treatment in terms of making sure that the warmth level that you want on the client's skin is exactly where you want it. So the cool thing about Bionexis Lite is if you see right here on my screen, I can edit every single one of my intensities directly on the handpiece. So although I'm on this side of the table and my machine's over there, I can adjust all the things that I need to adjust directly on this handpiece. So I've already set my rollers to go moving upwards because we're going to want to move lymph flow. Stay away from the back of the knee, of course, and just start from this area right here and push everything up towards this direction. So I've got my vacuum intensity set, I've got my radio frequency set to 20 out of 60 joules per square centimeter. So it's about a third of how strong it does get, and since this is her first time doing this treatment, that's the parameters that we started at. You always want to start very comfortably at a pretty low setting. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter, and if you see, you'll hear that click, and you can see my infrared and rollers activated already here. Ready, model?
Ready.
Alright, perfect. So you're just going to go ahead, and with your free hand that's not holding the device, you want to just keep that in contact with the skin so you are able to easily pull it off, as well as keep kind of track of the temperature of the surface of the skin. So if you see also what I'm doing, because of the rollers on the handpiece itself, I'm able to just allow the machine to do the glide motion for me. And during those releases of vacuum, I'm able to move the handpiece super easily so that it's not uncomfortable for the client whatsoever. How's it feeling? And if you can see, I'm sure you can see on the camera, the way the skin pulls in, you can see exactly when the vacuum is activated and releases. So you can see how I just move it along, and then once it releases, it makes it super easy to just glide across. So the beautiful thing about Bionexis Lite, right now I'm just doing the radio frequency portion of it, but typically, before you would do this part, if you really want to combat cellulite, the Bionexis Lite does also have a cavitation handpiece, which is super interesting. We've actually never had a system that's got the lipo roller massage RF with the cavitation combined. So the cool thing about that is you can use the cavitation as your first step of the treatment to really target those fatty cells, the adipocytes, and just break all of that down, which you then need to follow up with lymphatic drainage. So when you go in with something like the Bionexis Lite that has this exact synergy of radio frequency, lipo roller massage, vacuum, infrared, you're doing a lot more than just a standard lymphatic drainage. You're tightening the skin, you're allowing it to be more comfortable for the client because you've got the rollers just kind of guiding you through the motions that you need to do, and the infrared for regeneration and healing. So typically the results are wonderful after the treatment. You can almost always see a pretty drastic result. Like if I look at one side of Tasia's right here where we've been working for a few minutes now compared to the other side that we haven't touched yet, you can definitely start to see depuffing at the very least, which is super cool. And how's the heat feeling? Mild, okay. So since it's mild, what I can do is pause the treatment, and then using my menu directly here, I can go up to the setting of radio frequency, and I'm gonna go up just 2 more levels to 35, so it's a little bit higher since she can definitely take it. Go ahead and restart that, and just place it back on the skin. So typically you wanna warm up the skin for about 2 to 4 minutes first with the lower intensities. Check in with your client, see where they're at, and then of course you can go higher with the intensity as you go through the treatment or as you go through your sessions with that same client. So we're just gonna do this for about 5 minutes here. With Bionexis Lite 2, if you see the handpiece that I'm using right now is actually the largest one. So it's the one that typically you would use in this area on the back of the thighs. It can be used on the abdomen, on the back. But the Bionexis Lite does actually have a few other handpieces. If Aubrey wants to pan out and show you these guys over here. We do also have that medium handpiece that you see right there that's really good for targeted treatments like waistline sculpting, inner thighs, underarms. And then the smaller handpiece in the back can be used for the décolleté, the eye area, and just really small target areas that you want to get, but definitely for those facial treatments. And then of course the beautiful cavitation handpiece. So it's 4 different handpieces on one. It's definitely a complete comprehensive system. And it can be combined with a lot of different body treatments, which is awesome. Alright. How's it feel? You can start feeling it. So that's exactly what we want to hear from the client, that they can definitely feel the heat, but it's not uncomfortable. And when I touch my free hand to the skin, it definitely isn't feeling too hot yet, which means we have room to keep going with the treatment and allow the radio frequency to keep working. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and we're going to continue this treatment off camera. But thank you all for tuning in and for learning more about our Bionexis Lite. We're super excited about this guy. So if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call or DM us like always, and we're happy to help. Have a great weekend, everyone.